Hi everybody, Breanne from Pixite here. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm going to be coloring a piece from Marvel and it's Storm. This is actually from the book called Young Marvel. So they're doing cute, funny things and it's the characters, but they're smaller, and I just thought it was really super cute and wanted to do something with this piece. It spoke to me and I love Storm. I colored actually a regular Storm, like in her adult, like normal form, not too long ago, and it was a lot of fun. So I thought maybe let's kick it old school or different school or young school, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, let's color some Young Marvel. That'll be my first time coloring young Marvel, excuse me. So it should be a lot of fun. So let's get started. I'm gonna go to my watercolor. It's already on freehand, which is not unusual to find for me, because I do color on freehand mode quite a bit. And I'm gonna have some fun with these clouds here. And I love using watercolor for clouds. You can really make some poofy, kind of like realistic looking clouds with it. And I might use some plasma in there too. If you use plasma on a high opacity or a low opacity, high brush size, sorry, other way around, you can achieve the look of poofy clouds too, because you don't get the bright, I'll show you what I mean. Okay. So I'm just going to bring up my opacity a bit, and bring up my brush size, and I'm going to start maybe with the darkest color here, which is this dark deep purple. And I'm just going to, I don't want to spread it as much as I want to tap it. I can spread it a little bit, but I kind of want to get a layered, uneven look. So I'm just going to kind of do it around the edge. I want darker around the edge, and then I'm going to kind of work lighter in the middle. I'm on freehand mode just to kind of get an even type of look. And then I'll show you what palette I'm using as well. I'm using the Cosmic palette. I picked this one because it had the purples and blues that I wanted. And then I'm just gonna layer these colors until I get this look I'm going for. You can even use the light purple in certain spots. Not really light, but it's more of a kind of fluorescent purple, I guess you could say. I really want this variation of color that kind of just adds depth to a picture. So I kind of want dark areas and then lighter areas. I want it to be lighter towards the center because I'm going to try and create a little bit of an electrical storm around her, because she is Storm, right? And I might see that blue is a little bit close, just a little bit too close to the blue that I just used. Let's look through our palettes here. Let's go to Super. This very, very much reminds me of the Neon palette in pigment. Oh yeah, that's what I want. There we go. No, I don't think pink, but maybe this cool purple and this blue. Remember, I'm trying to make like a layered look. So I'm actually gonna bring down my brush opacity and bring up my brush size here, because you have to kind of play with that to get the layering effect. If you're on the same opacity the whole time, it's just going to keep on overlapping each other. So you have to play with that a little bit. And I just brought my opacity all the way up. I'm going to bring it back down. Should be in behind her. Should it be this blue, or should it be like an orangey yellow? I'm gonna be doing blue lightning, so I'm thinking maybe just a little bit of yellow to kind of offset it and make her glow. Bring up the opacity. Just going to get into these areas here. I might put it on automatic for a second here because I kind of want the color to be isolated a little bit between certain lines. Why not use this color? You know what? It's young Storm. Why can't she have a little pink in her Storm? It looks pink. It's like a red, but with the layering of the other colors, it really comes out pink. But I dig it. I like it. I think it looks cool. And you can keep on playing. I started out with it on freehand mode, as you know, but now I want to isolate some of these colors a bit, and I want it to look more authentically layered and strategically dark in certain spots. So that's why I kind of switched it to automatic. It helps with that so it doesn't spread. Like right here, I'm keeping this darkness in this area. So that's why I am doing that. Because I want to have more control with my shading here. I guess it's gonna be a very vibrant Storm. That's the way it's looking. And that's okay. As long as that blue is represented around her, that's really all I'm wanting, is that blue around her. There can be some funky colors around her, no problem. It's almost like a turquoisey type blue. Put a little bit of a deeper blue just to give it a little bit of depth. Opacity up. Just trying to be careful about what I'm doing here because I have an idea and I would like to get there with it. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good for the background. Now I'm going to color in her. I probably might add something to the background still, but my colors, I'm pretty satisfied with how they're set. I'm probably do a little bit of adjustments there, but for now I think that's good. Okay, so let's color Storm. Now this is interesting because there's a lot that you can do, but I kind of want to keep in motif with how Storm really is. So I'm going to do a little bit. I always picture Storm as a darker skin tone and then with white hair. That's the way I remember Storm. So I'm going to use the metallic fill to fill her. And the only reason I'm doing that is because it has that natural shading. It's gonna smooth out. So then I'll go to my airbrush tool. Just gonna zoom in a bit here. And I'm just going to add a little bit of lighter color here. A little bit deeper around the eye. So I'm using the airbrush right now for this. And I'm just adding some shading and some highlighting. That's all I'm doing here. I'm just blending it a little bit. I'm gonna actually get, I'm gonna go to my black and white palette here. I want her to be a little bit darker under the eye. It's gonna go away a bit because I'm probably gonna do some kind of lightning kind of coming from her eyes. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking. I need like a darker blue for the lightning effect though, so I'm going to color in her eyes like this. A little bit of a darker blue. Just going to make it a little bit hazy with blue. Cute round head here. Blending out the eyes a little bit there, and then just a little bit over here. Okay, now I'm just going to fill her hair using the metallic again, just because I get that nice natural shading. I'm just using like a blue almost, but it looks kind of white. I'm gonna go more, I'm gonna do more with it there. Just trying to think. I'll go to airbrush. I'm just gonna put it on freehand mode. Bring my brush size down a bit. And I just want this, the shading down here around her mohawk. Okay. Now let's do some lightning effects with her eyes if we can. So I'm gonna go to the laser tool, of course, for this. I'm gonna bring down the brush size, bring up the opacity, and I'm just gonna experiment around here. Just playing around with it until I get something that I like. I do want her eyes to look like they're lightning. And that shading I did has gone away, and that's okay. I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Not as much as it did, but that's okay. Even add like squiggle storm in her eyes. Like the lightning is just ready to come out of those eyes. Okay. Now we're going to color her outfit, and she's going to be blue because Storm, if I remember correctly, she's dressed in like white or blue or cool colors anyway. So we'll do blue. It looks so cute. Okay, now I'm gonna go to marker. Bring up the brush size, bring down the opacity. I'm just gonna add a couple highlights with the marker, so it looks more dimensional and not just so flat. I'm just kind of layering. I did a little bit of a lighter opacity underneath, and I kind of brought it up to go over top with an even lighter blue. I'm just gonna add a couple shiny bits to the boots here. Maybe bring up the opacity a little bit more, and even put some even shinier. The lighter you go, the more it's going to stand out, and the more it's going to kind of give off like a sheen. Now, I find it's looking a little bit, it almost is giving her texture to her face, though. It almost looks kind of cool. I'm just gonna go to, maybe I'll stay on marker and just bring down my opacity. I'm just gonna see if I can just blend this out just a touch here. last minute type highlights, kind of blending a little bit the skin. I kind of want to lighten it up a lot, actually, if we're being honest. Maybe not that much. Yeah, no. I just want to get this highlighting and shading right on her face because it really does pull you in. Go to my pencil, maybe. Marker. I think it's just around these eyes that blue is kind of lingering here. I think that's what I need to fix. I need to just switch it up, or there we go. I actually like that. There's just something about the eyes that was throwing me off when I was playing with the skin. I just want these eyes to be glowing, and I think, oh, that looks good. Right on. There's just something, and when that happens, I play around and until I kind of figure it out. Okay, cool. I actually really like that. That's good. Good, 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 good. Okay, now I'm going to just kind of do a couple things with her hair here. And just add some strands in her hair with the white. And I'm probably gonna make her hair glow a little bit as well. So I'm just doing away from the base of the hair where the hair touches the forehead. I'm just doing tapered strokes on a low brush size with the airbrush just to get some stranded hair kind of happening. Now it's pretty light over here, so I don't know if it's gonna show up as much. Just always go in the direction that you're most comfortable with. So right now for me, it's going away, like away from the head. You can see them, but they're light. That's okay. Just to add a little extra added detail. Oh, my picture's stuck. There we go. And then I'm just going to color match. Just kind of deepen the shading a little tiny bit here. Okay, cool. I'm liking the way that it's turning out. I think it's super cute. But I am going to use that laser tool a couple more times because we are going to be making some lightning. And I kind of want to make her hair glow as well. So I'm going to bring that. Actually, Actually, the best thing I could do here is probably put it on freehand, just to get a very fluid look. Get the opacity. And then just kind of do the same thing coming from our hands. The lightning just coming right off a storm. She's ready to wreak some havoc here. And then you can go and touch up the clouds a little bit too if you want to kind of make those radiate a little bit. Like around here if you wanted to. You could use this light yellow and just kind of get a little bit more. That glowing effect, making her really pop. Go to my blues. You can also kind of play around with it here. See if you like making the clouds pop a little bit more. And you just kind of get this glowing baby storm, I guess we could call her. Baby storm. And we could also raise this up a little bit. Just add a little bit more final glow. You bring up the brush size, but the opacity is low and you get more of like a misty kind of storm. Hold on though, I think it's too, I don't want it to be too symmetrical. I want it to be a little bit off. Couple little electrical dots kind of going off in their own direction. You know what though? I kind of like it just simple. Not too much added fluff, maybe a few. But honestly, I think it looks good just the way it is. So you don't always have to overcomplicate it to make it look, you know, to get the effects, I guess I should say. So I'm just gonna touch this up over here. Just want that to kind of mix in. Go around, get a little bit more depth and blending happening. And if you want, you can even add a couple extra highlights to her skin Go to the marker tool, bring down the brush size, bring up the opacity, a little bit more, and just kind of add a little bit more highlights to the skin. Play with the opacity, I guess. Don't just leave it up high. I had it on high, but in certain spots it's good. On other spots you want to bring it down a little bit, so kind of play with it. Add a couple more highlights here. Even under the eye, put some white there. Eyes pop even more. Okay, this is Breanne from Pixite, and I colored this storm today from Young Marvel. If you want to check it out, be my guest. It's so much fun to color, and thank you so much for joining me today. This was really cool making all these effects and kind of different colors with you guys. If you have any comments of something that you would like to see in the future, please list that below and we'll get to it for you. Okay guys, have a great day. Bye.